Hey guys, how's it going? Ghosty Rich here today, and today we're going to be doing a diff fluid change. So, to do so on this axle, which is on a 99 TJ, first thing you're going to want to do is see all the bolts on it. You're going to take them all off. After you take them all off, then you can slowly work the cover. You can either A, pull out, see where my pinky is here, this bolt, and then you can slowly work it out, like pull it off. That way you don't have to really use a flat blade, or you can use a putty scraper for drywall and you can kind of get it around the gasket and work it out. Now once you separate it, the cover comes off like so. I'm going to just pull this off, and then you're going to see you have gasket residue all the way around here. So what you want to do is take the putty scraper and you're just going to run it along, and you want to clean it. You just want to clean it the best you can. See how that's all shiny? There's no goop on it. You want to make sure it's that clean. And then you want to do the same on the cap. After you've done this, also inspect your teeth. If you can, lift the the tires up off the ground if you have the jacks to do so, and jack stands, and then spin it and just check your gearing. Make sure none of your teeth are broken, things like that. Might as well while you're in here, right? After you do that and you've cleaned that off, next thing to do is, if you can get a gasket kit, you're lucky, but a lot of the times you can't. So we're going to have to use some ultra black, as you can see here, Gasket Maker. And what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be going along and putting a gasket on. Before I put this back on and we fill it up, I will show you how this works. Another quick little thing that might make your life a little easier. See this top bolt? When you take them all out, just loosen this one. So that way, if you take your flat panel remover there that I showed you, the putty knife, and you break the seal, then all the fluids will drain into here. It's a good way. I didn't even think about saying that before, but just so you know, you are going to need a drain bucket because a whole lot of fluid's going to come out of here. So after you do that, I'll show you what we're replacing it with. Some 75W90 from Lucas. It's synthetic. Very, very nice. So when we go to refill it, I'll show you that. As you can see, I've done my gasket line and it's all good. Went around the holes, went through there. Again, not the prettiest, but whatever. Again, if you're lucky and you can find a gasket that just goes in there, that's always the best way, because then it doesn't stick. But if you don't have time and you're just quickly doing this and you have Gasket Maker, you might as well do it this way. All right, let's put this back in. Look right here. There's this little metal brace. Ours was so caked on I didn't see it at first. You might not notice yours, but yeah, there's a little metal brace that goes under two of the screws right here. If yours doesn't have it, maybe it's just something they put on this one. But now that I've just lightly tightened them all in, I'm gonna take a wrench and I'm gonna go in a star pattern. So from there to there to there to there, and then you're just gonna jump to all different corners until you have these bolts not completely tightened up, just tightened enough so that way it's seated. Once it's seated, then we can do it to torque and stuff like that. But for now, just do the star pattern so that way it goes. Now, if that's only for if you're using Gasket Maker like we are. If it's for you, you could just do the star until it's all torqued up. Or I'm gonna try and find the exact torque here, but what I usually do is I just tighten it with one hand, and I can go by feel. But I'll try and get you a torque number in case you're going to be using a torque wrench. So, as you can see, this is the screw. I've cleaned it off. This goes into your differential. Now that we have the screw out of the differential, again, all you need is your ratchet. Your ratchet actually just, it might click in there if it's got, if the bearing will seat, but probably not. But yeah, all you do is you sink it in there, unscrew it. Now that we got the hole open and our TV is sat for an hour, we've tightened it in, and then after that you can wait, or you should wait 24 hours before actually filling it. Now it's completely up to you. If you want to follow the label, do 24 hours. So at this point now, you're just going to make sure you're off the axle stands. If you had your Jeep on axle stands, take it off. It's got to be flat on the ground, and then you've got to fill the differential while the Jeep is on a leveled surface. And all you're going to do is fill this full of diff fluid until it starts dripping out of the hole. Once it's dripping out of the hole, you tighten in your differential plug, and that's it. you've done your diff change. Do that with your front and back, and you're good. As you can see, we had to use a funnel to go in because of this bar that's in the way. So now that we've put it in right here, we just have it slowly seeping in, and it should fill up our diff. The thing is the fluid goes in very slow because it's a very heavy fluid. It's not like, you know, oil where it's like 5 weight. This stuff's 75 weight, so it takes a while. As you can see, all you do is use your one hand, snug that bolt up nice. I've read on sites that if you want to do torque spec, it's 30 pounds on the bolts and 30 pounds on the plug. But again, this is up to you. A lot of people just snug them up with one hand like we're doing right now, and that is it. Boom. As soon as you get to that point, don't ever two-hander it. Just do that. You should. And again, if you feel any resistance when putting that plug in, especially since when you're finishing, you'll see it like running out of the hole. You'll actually see it run out and then start like a steady flow into the pan. And you're like, okay, my diff's full. When you see that and you tighten this up, you should lubricate those threads, and you should be able to just finger tight this thing in, no problemo. There should be no reason to wrench it down until the very end, and then you just wrench it with one hand, and then once you get it down, don't two-hander it. That's it. Again, you can always watch it and check for leaks as it goes throughout, but that is how you switch your diff fluid on the Jeep TJ. This can also work for other ones. Other Jeeps do have a bottom drain hole and other things, so that sometimes can be easier for different diffs. But for this one, you take the cover off, your RTV as we showed, and then you fill it. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Like the video if it helped you out. Subscribe for more.